Here we're going to take a look at a few more complex conversions. They're a little more complex because they're going to require multiple conversion factors, okay? And we're going to have maybe two parts that we're working with. So the first one I have here is changing feet per minute, that's what that slash means, feet per minute, into inches per second. So we're changing both things. We're changing the length measurement as well as the time measurement. So we're going to do it just like we've done the others, but we have to keep track of a few more labels, right? So the way you would start out is say 3 feet per minute means 3 feet over 1 minute. That's what that means. So we just rewrite it as a fraction. So now we know we want to get rid of feet and turn it into inches. So we use the factor that 12 inches is the same as a foot. Okay, so now the feet go away. We're going to be left with inches, but it's still over minutes, and I want seconds. So I say, well, minutes and seconds. Oh yeah, there's 1 minute for every 60 seconds. Now notice the minutes went on top here because I want to cancel it with the minutes that was originally in the denominator, in the bottom part. So if I go through and I use my red pen and I cross off, oops, that did not work. I cross off that and I cross off that, and that's not going to work for me. That's going to get rid of the feet. Then I get rid of my minutes here. Let's see if it'll work. No, not really very well. And my minutes there, you get the idea. What's left? Inches and seconds. So when I do my multiplication on the top, I'll get 36. I'll divide it by 60. And whatever my answer is, in this case 0.6, is going to be inches per second because label on top per the label on bottom. Okay, let's take a look at another one. This one is 0.5 inches per second, and I want to turn that into miles per hour. If you understood that last example, if that made sense to you, go ahead and hit pause and try to set this one up yourself. You're going to, again, have multiple conversion factors. You're going to be changing the top label as well as that bottom label of seconds. Okay, let's see how we did. So we're going to start with what we know, 0.5 inches per second. I'm first going to deal with the length measurement. So we're going to use the 1 foot is 12 inches. So my inches are going to go away and I'm left with feet, but we're trying to get to miles. So I have to use another conversion factor here of 1 mile is the same as 5,280 feet. So now my inches are gone, my feet are gone, and all I'm left with is miles. We're almost there. Now I have to get rid of the seconds and make those hours. Well, I don't know how many seconds offhand are in an hour, but I know how many seconds are in a minute. So I'm going to say, okay, let's do 60 seconds over 1 minute. And then you would know that the next one would be 60 minutes over 1 hour. So all the things on top get multiplied together. All the things on the bottom get multiplied together, and we divide those two. So again, you can do 2 steps in your calculator, or you can use parentheses to get it done in 1 step. When you round to 2 decimal places, you should get 0.03 miles per hour. Okay, the next one's a little bit different, and it requires us to really have an understanding of what it means to square something. To square means to multiply by itself. So when I say that I have 19,440 square inches, it means I have 19,440 inches by inches times inches. So let me get this down over here and see if I can make it cooperate. It's not very cooperative today. It's not working at all. All right, so I'm just going to show you my answer here. I have to take that 19,440 inches by inches, wrote it twice, right? Because there's 2 of them times itself. I have to use 2 conversion factors. Because if I only use 1, then I cancel 1 label, but not the other one. What's inches feet? That wouldn't make sense, right? So I have to use a second one so that the second inches cancel. And then when I'm done here, if this goes away, hang on. There we go. When you multiply across the top, 19,440, multiply across the bottom, 144, and do the division, you get 135 square feet. Where does the square feet come from? Something times itself is square feet. All right, hopefully that helps with a little bit more complex problems.